Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. So, right as I was getting ready for the reading, I had two cards come out here, and these cards are the Lovers from the traditional tarot and man holding a coin in the upright position. Now, I'm already getting chills all over because these are both very powerful, potentially love-related cards. And what I'm picking up here is a very awakened, but I'm also hearing focused, divine masculine energy. It's interesting. I breathed in kind of weird there for a second, which can indicate something kind of happening with the throat chakra. So it might be that this is a masculine clearing their throat in a sense in order to come forward and approach you in some kind of way. Now, the fact that the Lovers card here is upright is really significant as well, because this is about a very powerful, yes, but also harmonious love connection, because of course, we can experience powerful soul love that isn't necessarily harmonious with us. But in this instance, I'm hearing that this is a person who calms your soul. And a major download I've been receiving recently is actually right along these lines. And it's about really deeply healing your nervous system and recovering from any past traumas that may have had you in a constant fight or flight mode. Now, many of you have been healing these types of emotional wounds or traumas for a while, but what I'm picking up is that the more you heal these traumas and emotional wounds, the more you create this set point of peace and balance and harmony within yourself. And as you create that set point vibrationally, you essentially bounce out of your reality anything that isn't aligned with peace, that isn't aligned with harmony. Now, for some reason, I'm hearing the word illusion. And for whatever reason, what I thought of right away accompanying this word illusion was how sometimes what people present through social media or online is very different from how their life actually is or how they feel about themselves. For some reason, I'm hearing the words emotional Photoshop, and it's almost as though you may be seeing certain individuals who appear as though they have it all together emotionally, or that something is perfect about their lives, but this is some form of emotional Photoshop. Maybe you feel intuitively that something is off in these situations, and yet everything looks so perfect on the surface. And I'm hearing to really trust your inner guidance, but also, once again, I'm getting that message that's been recurring in recent readings about not comparing your journey to anyone else's, because no one else has the guidance for you. It is within you. And that's why I say that throughout these reading videos, it's really my only goal to reconnect you with your own intuition. So to help you more consciously confirm what your intuition is already speaking to you. But at the end of the day, you are the one that holds all of those keys, that holds all of those answers internally. So I always preface these readings by saying that, of course, these are collective, generalized reading videos. So they are meant to be picking up on collective threads of energy. But with that being said, please only take the messages that do resonate and feel aligned for you personally. I very clearly heard the words take a break for someone. So someone listening here might be pushing themselves or overworking themselves, and I'm hearing signals. So you might receive signals from your emotions or even from your physical body when you may be overworking or over pushing yourself. And these could be signs to really pause, to slow down. I feel almost as though someone is feeling like life is forcibly pausing them or derailing some of their plans or forcibly slowing them down. And I'm hearing to always trust the slowdown, to always trust the pause, because very often the divine will slow us down or force us to pause, so that we can allow some kind of invisible higher level activation to take shape fully and catapult us in alignment into that next level when the timing is right. But very often we will be, I'm hearing, slowed down right before the level up. So maybe that runs parallel to something that someone is experiencing, where you are in the process of leveling up, but also feeling as though you're slowing down. So let's go back to this man holding a coin. I almost feel as though there's something deeper here, specifically for divine feminines. And many downloads have been coming for you, divine feminine, the last few days, specifically the last 24 hours, around how you are finding yourself no longer willing to connect with anything or anyone that pulls you out of your center. There may have been people in the past that you engaged with, and you could feel that kind of rush of adrenaline or anxiety or that triggered fight or flight response when you were communicating with them or interacting with them. And I'm hearing that you are evolving to the point where people are no longer able to get that kind of reaction out of you, first of all. But second of all, you are no longer interested in connecting with individuals who necessitate that dynamic, meaning if it's necessary for you to be in this kind of fight or flight mode in order to be connecting with a certain individual, you're going to find that there's just this sense of total apathy and detachment when it comes to them. And this is a sign that these individuals are actually being bounced out. I'm hearing rebounded out of your reality. Now, basketball might be significant to someone because I got that word rebounded here. Maybe you were made to feel like a rebound romantically, as we say, like someone was trying to use you to bridge some of their healing work from a past relationship or connection. And you may have cut that dynamic off or not allowed that to happen. There may have even been a soul connection with that person. I don't know who I'm specifically picking up on here, but for some divine feminine, there may have been a masculine that you had a soul connection to who was in some kind of heartbreaking romantic relationship just prior to the two of you connecting. And although there was that deeper soul connection that drew you to this person, you also had this awareness that they were avoiding some kind of healing work within themselves and almost trying to utilize you as some kind of bridge to the healing that they were not doing. Now, know that if the divine did allow that dynamic for a period of time, it is not being allowed any longer. With Knight of Pentacles in the reverse position, I'm getting there may have been a masculine that you cut off for this reason, or you pulled back your energy from. And this person somehow seems to be blaming you for the way that things ended, or not really taking responsibility or taking accountability here. Now, of course, I know that these specific messages will not be for everyone. So only take this if it is connecting. With the Knight of Wands in the upright position, I feel as though for someone listening, a masculine energy comes in and presents to you a contrast. And they seem to show you, I'm hearing, how different things can be, or how quickly a masculine is capable of jumping into motivated action towards you when they are feeling inspired to take that action, when they're really coming from that healed, awakened place. So I almost feel as though there's like this secondary energy or person that may have come in to set up this contrast where you're now seeing in very clear terms that when a masculine is truly doing their healing work, awakened consciously, they are going to be moving towards you very quickly. Whereas this contrasting masculine energy seemed to only be offering excuses. And I feel as though that's more clear to you than ever. Now, of course, for some of you, these could be internal energies. Maybe these are battling energies within you, and you're realizing your own ability to move towards things that really light you up, that light that fire of passion within you. And in contrast, you may also be realizing that certain people, things, or dynamics caused you to feel apathetic or uninspired, but it's because they weren't connecting with you in a way that was really aligned with your soul on a deeper level. So take this as it resonates. Of course, this could be related to work, finances, platonic connections, your life purpose, etc. But I do sense this masculine energy moving very passionately towards you. I saw a fox, but also the colors red and orange. These could potentially be someone's hair color, but I am seeing orange nails, like orange nail polish for some reason for someone as well. So what else can I share about these contrasting masculine energies here? Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse position. Can I get another card here? Once again, we have very contrasting energy. So I feel that this Knight of Pentacles reversed masculine, this one who was not taking action towards you, who may have been making excuses, may have also been dealing with some kind of hidden struggle behind the scenes around money, work, or finances. Or this may just be someone who wasn't really planning for the future, living very much in the moment, but I'm hearing irresponsibly, living irresponsibly. I'm not sure why that's coming up here specifically. Whereas in contrast with this Seven of Pentacles, I'm getting this masculine knows what to invest in. Maybe they literally have financial investments or invest in some kind of way, but I'm getting that this is someone who knows what energies are worth investing in, and they've immediately recognized you, Divine Feminine, as something truly worth their time and energy investment. And this is someone very perseverant with their investments energetically as well, meaning they are someone that you can rely on to desire to invest in you for the long term. Now, again, for some of you, this doesn't have to be romantic. This could be a new offer in the workplace or something related to an internal aspect of yourself. I am picking up specifically that for someone listening, you may feel as though you have two aspects of yourself that are almost battling. I'm hearing at war with one another or in conflict in some way internally. Maybe you're really fighting yourself on something or going back and forth on something. I'm hearing choose peace, choose inner peace, make peace with these warring aspects of yourself internally. But of course, we're speaking very symbolically here at the moment. I want to get into some more concrete potentials here. So what are these two warring aspects or conflicting aspects of yourself? I'm hearing your desire for peace and your desire for growth. I'm hearing desire for growth disguised as, it's almost like what this desire for growth really is almost a disguise for a fear of not growing fast enough. So you might be telling yourself, oh, there's just this part of me that wants to relax, that wants to be at peace, that wants to be centered. But there's this other part of me that wants to move really quickly, push myself forward because I desire growth. But I'm hearing to dig deeper into that sentiment and to ask if it's possible that that part of you that is saying that it just wants growth is actually you trying to force yourself prematurely out of alignment with your intuition into steps and changes and behaviors that don't yet feel aligned for you because you are afraid that things are not unfolding in their own divine timing. I'm hearing lean into inner trust. Trust the timing of your journey and the timing of your life, even if it looks very different from the people around you, even if to your human self, sometimes it appears to be behind schedule. But I do feel there may be more nuance here. So I want to know more about these potential warring internal aspects of the self. Okay, so we have the Empress, this very magnetic, very receptive, sacral chakra open kind of energy, very feminine as well. So most likely if you are here listening, you are resonating as the divine feminine. When you're in your Empress energy, you also seem to be connected to the wheel of fortune. I'm hearing you move with the wheel. Interesting. It's almost like, just like how the wheel turns, you can't predict where it's going to stop. You're just flowing with it, but somehow I'm hearing you just keep hitting on those perfect alignments in a way that just looks like pure luck to the people around you. But it's not luck. It's deeply connected to you being in that Empress energy. Why is being in the Empress energy so important here? I'm hearing when you're in your Empress energy, it alters the way that you interact with others. And I'm not just talking about physical interactions, literal 3D communications, conversations, etc. I'm talking about the kind of magnetism that you exude through the quantum field, that collective web of consciousness that we are all tied into. Now, on the other hand, we have the Chariot reversed. So this is that other energy. This is that push, that attempt to push forward because of some fear or feeling of powerlessness or feeling of vulnerability. This reading won't be for everyone, but for someone listening here, I'm getting that there might be certain actions that you take or things that you do that might look positive on the surface, but at times these might be things that you do from a place of fear. So I know this is a very nuanced portion of the reading. And again, I feel like I'm picking up on this really hyper-specific thread of energy. We're going really deep here, but I'm hearing that there might be, I'm seeing someone putting on layer after layer after layer, like of metaphorical clothing. And it's almost like these things aren't good or bad in and of themselves. It's all what is the driver, what is the motivator. So a really powerful journal prompt might be, what is motivating this action? What is motivating this behavior? Am I doing this because I'm feeling a passionate pull in this direction? Am I doing this because there's something in my heart that I want to share, or an authentic aspect of myself that I want to create space for? Or am I doing this from a space of trying to control the timing of my life, trying to control when and how things come to me because I'm afraid to just trust the divine timing? Am I doing this because I'm so accustomed to being in this fight or flight mode that it's challenging to allow myself to just relax into that feeling of ease? And again, nothing here is inherently good or bad as we use these kind of black and white labels, but nothing here that we're discussing, none of these actions are necessarily good or bad within themselves. It's all, what is the motivation? What's behind it? What energy is behind it? Because that is the energy that is being infused into it. And it might look very different from person to person. I'm feeling like this is a very personal journey for someone, and it's a journey that must be taken within. Now, of course, there are so many tools to help with this inner journey. Of course, meditation can be a really powerful practice for shutting out all of the external frequencies and belief systems and opinions and really tuning into the inner self, but also journaling keeps coming up as potentially a really powerful way to get more and more deeply in touch with your inner self, with your fears, your dreams, your motivations. We have the card Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration, but this card was reversed. And what this tells me is that when someone is in this Chariot reversed energy where they're being somewhat forceful or taking actions from a place of fear or feeling powerless around the timing of their life, what they might be doing on an energetic level is blocking some kind of divine download that is essentially trying to integrate itself. I'm hearing like an integration is trying to take place, but something seems to at times be blocking it or slowing it down. I'm hearing insistency on pushing. So for someone, again, this could be that sign to allow yourself to slow down, to allow yourself to find your center again. Okay, so I'm going to reshuffle and I want more details on what this integration is that's trying to happen and how someone listening here might be finding themselves somewhat blocking this integration or slowing it down. So what is this integration that wants to happen? Okay, we have the card, I was selfish and stuck in my ego. Now, interestingly, this card is followed by, I've been working on myself and I'm not the same as I was before. I never really pull from this deck for personal messages. These are usually really love and romance related messages, but I'm feeling like this could relate to someone personally. So maybe you've been working on yourself, but there is some aspect of you that you're not holding space for, that you're not embracing. Again, this won't be for everyone, but I have the card, I want to hold you. And I felt this wave of chills right as I read that card, almost like there's some aspect of your inner child or some part of your pain that wants you to hold it, that wants you to see it and to hold space for it and not to I'm hearing bypass it or try to run away from it. Maybe this is some kind of emotion that others might label as negative. Maybe it's anger for some mistreatment in the past that you never allowed yourself to feel. Maybe it's just some kind of heartbreak or pain that's deep within you. I'm hearing this could be a healer's wound here in a sense. I'm hearing the one who makes everyone feel seen deserves to be seen. And this is really reminding me of a reel that I saw on Instagram the other day that really stuck out to me because it connected with downloads that have been coming through, especially for divine feminines. And it was about how the child in a family who feels as though they are completely unseen and not protected will actually oftentimes take on the role of trying to become the protector. I'm hearing the seer. Maybe you are a seer in some sense, but the one who sees everyone around them and understands them, but also protects them. And even within your own family unit, you may have taken on this role of being the protector. And I'm just feeling the energy of someone getting tired and I'm hearing exhausted, emotionally exhausted, and needing to be replenished. So again, this reading or this portion of the reading is very heavy and will not be for everyone. But it's interesting this is coming up as we're talking about something that's blocking an integration. So it's almost as though some aspect of someone's heartbreak or pain or something heavy that they have been running from or not allowing themselves to feel is blocking this higher level integration that's trying to take place. It's like how we can only rise as high as we are willing to go deep, or we can only carry as much light as we've carved out space to hold from our shadow. So I feel if this is for you, this isn't a new message or a surprise. So if it feels disaligned with you or it doesn't really connect, it's not for you, because for the person I'm speaking to here, you've felt this aspect of your pain lashing itself out, kind of like rearing its head, as we say, in ways that might be unexpected, might feel completely out of the blue. This is such a specific message for someone listening. But know that these aspects of yourself are meant to be held. They're meant to be respected and honored and heard. And that as you hold space for those shadow aspects, you are actually allowing this divine integration of sorts to take place here. So can I get anything else about this divine integration that's happening here? Okay, we have intuition in the upright position. So this may open or enhance certain psychic abilities. Specifically, your ability to intuit spiritual information or even to read other people may be amplified as a result of this level of shadow integration and inner work. I'm also getting that this may shed light on a King of Cups reversed energy. So this won't be for everyone, but if there's been a masculine that you've found yourself running in circles with, someone who I'm hearing their true colors will be revealed or maybe just will become more obvious to you. This could be a friend, a coworker, a family member, maybe a romantic person from your past or present. But this seems to be someone who isn't progressing when it comes to their own emotional healing, Whereas you're in this Queen of Cups upright energy. I feel like you're becoming more aware, more and more deeply of your inner emotional world, which is enhancing your sense of empathy for others, your connectedness to all things. Whereas this specific masculine with this King of Cups reversed, it's almost like they're on an opposite trajectory where they are closing themselves off more and more from connecting with their inner self. And this is causing them to increasingly disconnect from their own sense of empathy. Again, this could just be an energy. Maybe this is a very generalized kind of energy where you are going to begin to realize those divides between the ones who are really introspecting on a deeper level, doing that integration work, and those who are really committed to their own unconsciousness. For others of you, this could apply in a much more specific way. Now, this has been a really fascinating reading so far because I feel like we've pulled together many different, seemingly random, but of course nothing's truly random, threads of energy here. So I'm going to close this first reading here with a Rumi Oracle card that I'm going to be shuffling for. But I want to let you know I will be continuing this reading on Patreon. So if you're feeling a resonance here and you'd like to go much deeper with the messages, where we will be discussing others who may be connected to your energy at this time, any other messages that might be coming through from your higher self, your spirit guides, whatever divine forces you personally connect with, the additional pieces of information like that will be in the extended reading. And the link to join our Patreon Soul Tribe, where you get access to all 3 weekly readings that I do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Patreon, in addition to these readings. The link to that is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. Okay, so what is one final Rumi message to close out this reading? This card is Sacred Union. So I'm going to be reading a message from the guidebook here. And the guidebook says, only the oneness of love and the lover is eternal. Surrender your heart into this union, for all else in this world is momentary. Stupefied with bliss, I become without thought. There is no grief in that loss. I gladly surrender my intelligence in favor of this mindlessness. It is ecstasy, rapture. The sweetness of the union so sacred overwhelms my senses. The lover and the beloved are my world. Nothing else exists except this love, this unity of divine masculine and divine feminine, and the fresh new universe that shall be born from their sacred conjoining. So that feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. If you do feel connected to the energy here on the channel, I invite you to subscribe, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself, where I post more energy updates, inspiration, and information. I will now be heading over to continue this reading on Patreon. So if you would like to join me there, the link to that is in the pinned comment and description box underneath the video. Otherwise, I am sending you all so much love today. Have a beautiful remainder of your day, and I will connect with you here again in the next reading.